So for arugula pesto, I always find it's best to use arugula. And we have a bag about 200 grams of arugula. We're going to use 175, so you can just, eye it. Or you can use the whole thing. But I like... So, how do you do into welcome? Oh, it looks like I have some sort of filter on. I think it's just sort of yes, it was just a dirty screen. A dirty screen. Anyway, I have been editing on the balcony, in my bed, editing, all the sort of... I was 4 or 5 days behind because Magnus threw this fantastic surprise adventure that lasted 2 days, and I sort of have edited all those videos, and sort of I will continue editing, but now I sort of edit longer videos, and I'm going to start making shorter soon-ish. But anyway, yesterday Martin had one of the best dinners ever, he said. Well, I asked him, I said, would you say that this is... I think I'd say that. Anyway, no, let's just say Martin has one of the best dinners ever. He just absolutely loved it. And I didn't feel much of it, so I thought, how about I show you, because it was really good, how I make it. And also, later on at 7 o'clock, I will FaceTime with Magnus, because today is the 2nd of July, and we have decided that July will be named Julykeacocktail, with a question mark. So I will be making a devil's margarita, but with a twist, because I don't have any red... I don't want to open a bottle of red wine just to have sort of an insy-binsy teeny-weeny. So instead, I'm using sangria and calling it a bloody devil's margarita. Because of, my sangria is beloved. But before all that happens, I've got a text saying, I've got something waiting outside my door. Yes, I know, it never stops, because I never stop. I'm tireless. No, I am not tireless. I'm tiring. Yes, I am. I'm exhausting myself. Oh, look. I'm getting sun in my face, sun in my eye. Anyway, let's see what that packet is, shall we? But since it is almost 6 o'clock, I thought I'd... Oh, are there some specks here? No, there isn't, just bubbles from the salt. I start cooking the pasta water for that fantastic thing we're making today called rocket pesto pasta. Pasta pesto rocket. And arugula as well. So, yeah, I think arugula is better. Arugula pesto pasta. Yeah. Oh, with some roasted cherry tomatoes. Now let's see what the heck is outside my door. Could be a pair of sunglasses. Have I ordered a pair of sunglasses lately? Well, possibly I have. Now this is really taped. It is. This is a pair of sunglasses from the Marni H&M collaboration quite a few years ago. They look fabulous. And it's sort of, that great when there's shade, but there's also see-through, so you can see your eyes. And there's this colour on the inside and that colour on the outside. I wonder how good I will look in them. I guess fantastical. Let's give them a try. Right? I look good in any kind of sunglasses or glasses. Well, mostly sunglasses. I don't know why. I haven't met a pair of sunglasses that I did not look, spectacular in. I think it's because I have no hair. I've got sort of a tiny nose, no some cheekbones, but it's a very bland face, isn't it? So it's not like sort of the big features that I have to contend with the glasses. No. So I'm very pleased. These sunglasses could be worn by anyone who wants to pose as you could use as a teacher or a model or jiu-jitsu expert or cook or a chef or a baker. Anyone could wear these because they're sort of... Oh, of course, they are for jet-set people. Hello, my name is Cornucopia McAdams, and I'm a great cook, an industrialist and a philanthropist, which is a thing that most people don't know about me, and I hardly know it myself. Today we are making pesto, but not any pesto, arugula pesto, with roasted cherry tomatoes. So keep on watching and don't go away. This'll be fun, kids. First, we're going to start with roasting the cherry tomatoes. Oh, these are baby plum tomatoes. Oh, so you need baby plum tomatoes. I've lined this with foil. This is for my, air fryer. So because we're going to sort of bake them. These ones. Baby plum tomatoes. So let's get to it, shall we? So first I'm going to try them out for size. Is this enough? No, well, they can't be sort of, you take out so that they're not crowded on top of each other, because that, this is great. So, and then you take these out and pour them into a bowl. Here's a bowl, and here goes the tomatoes. Now we're going to add some olive oil, about a tablespoon. Here we go. We're going to 2 pinches of salt, 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds, and all this you can use as much as you want, because there's no exact measurements, because the tomatoes may be bigger or smaller, and I could go by weight, couldn't I? Well, I won't. So that's 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds. And now it's time to add something really controversial, of which I've gotten a lot of hate online. 2 teaspoons of sugar. Yes, sugar. Of course, you're free not to use sugar, but then it won't taste good, so you might just not do it at all. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Now, time to mix. And you want the tomatoes as coated as you can. So, and then we pour it into the air fryer, and then we add the salt and the sugar, on top of that. The easiest way is to use about a teaspoon of lemon juice, and then you stir till sort of the sugar is not granulated no more. And then you pour it on top, and you will be needing some spatula or something to get the seeds, the fennel seeds, the lovely, lovely fennel seeds. Then this goes into your air fryer for really hot for about a quarter of an hour, but keep checking on it, because every air fryer is different. You want them really roasted, really, really roasted. So for arugula pesto, I always find it's best to use arugula. And we have a bag, about 200 grams of arugula. We're going to use 175, so you can just, eye it. Or you can use the whole thing. But I like to save some to sort of sprinkle over the pasta later on. So 175 grams of arugula goes into a food processor. Onto a dry frying pan, you also pour 2 deciliters of sunflower seeds. A lot of pesto uses pine nuts. It's terribly expensive, and I don't notice any difference in the flavour. So you just want these roasted and fragrant and a little bit coloured. Checking. No, nothing's much happening. So here's a food processor filled with 175 grams of arugula. We're going to add some garlic, about, 4 cloves, depending on how much you care for garlic. I do care. And then we will add the slightly almost burnt sunflower seeds. Time to cook the pasta in plenty of salted water. 11 minutes. This will take a couple of repeats and scrape down, so we just start now. And now it looks like this, and we will be adding the zest and the juice from one glorious lemon. So when I added just the zest, I give it another twirl, because if I add the juice, a lot of this will stick to the sides, as you can see they do, but they will stick even more. Now it's time to juice the lemon. I prefer this thing. I used to use one of those sort of tongs. One of these. But I think I feel like I'm getting more juice out of them when I'm doing it by hand, like this. Checking on the tomatoes. Oh, it smells lovely. We're getting there. In goes the lemon juice, and also in goes 1.5 deciliters of olive oil. Yes, 1.5 deciliters. It is pesto, people. Here we go. Let's take it for a spin. Now and then you have to stop and scrape down the sides. Oh, this smells so good. I'm getting hungry. Here we go. Now it's time to add 4 tablespoons of deactivated yeast. Yes, this is sort of something that gives a very cheesy flavour. When you're vegan, you don't eat cheese. And also to this, to give it, because it's really thick now, and some people love it, really thick pesto, but I like to add some of the cooking liquid from the pasta to make it more easy to, more saucy. So we'll start with a deciliter and see where that takes us. We're getting closer, but I say 1 more half deciliter of cooking water. So we've added a deciliter of cooking liquid. So there we are, much better. The pasta's done, so let's get rid of the water. By the way, we also need to do a little taste test, because as you remember, we haven't added any salt. Here we go. Some salt. No, wait, the pasta's, no salt. Because there's been salt in the water. It's a salty water. So just before draining any pasta water, I always reserve about a deciliter of starchy pasta water, just because I might need it if the sauce is not thick enough. I meant if the sauce is too thick, of course. It's drained and back it goes. No one saw that. Now it's time to add the pesto. And you have to settle for a before and after picture, because I need both my hands. Look at that. Now it's time to plate the pesto using one of these. By the way, I did use the cooking liquid in there because it was kind of dry-ish. And if you're wondering whatever happened to the cherry tomatoes, no, the baby plum tomatoes, here they are, smelling fantastic. These are going on top of these. Well, not all of them, some of them. By the way, this recipe is supposed to be for 4 people, but I will be 2 people at a time, I think, because it's that good. Now, all that we need is some poivre, which is French for pepper. Now, let's just enjoy our food. Here we go. That sugar on the tomatoes makes all the difference. So good. Thank you for watching and for liking, commenting, subscribing and following. It really helps, and something to do with the internet and the algorithm, I think. So thank you so much.